Welcome everyone to another episode of La Cosecha Media Lounge. I'm your host, Andrea Cano with Summit K-12. And today we have Berenice Pernalete from Instituto Mundo Verde. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Busy, right? Running around all the places.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about who you are? What's your why?
What's my why? That's a great question. I came to the U.S. In fourth grade into a sink and swim environment. And for the first week, my teacher didn't know that I spoke a different language. And that was just such a significant experience for me that really set forth the path of what I do. When I graduated college, I wasn't inclined to education, kind of stumbled into it. And when I landed my first job as a teacher, I realized that this is everything. This is what I want to do. It really connected me back to that young self who had a really hard time, learning a language that wasn't mine. And then I immediately really attached to this idea of bilingualism and how can we, in a country that has so many language and cultural assets, how are we not all bilingual? And so since then, I have, been an educator for almost 20 years now. And I am now most recently in charge of running an initiative that it's about teaching teachers, training teachers, paraprofessionals, and teaching assistants the basic nuts and bolts about bilingualism and how to really support multilingual students in a way that they can see an impact immediately in their classrooms. And so we established Instituto Mundo Verde as an innovative sort of self-paced, go at your own pace and time platform so that anyone can have access to completely free, accessible professional development designed specifically for the context of dual language learners. And so it's been my lifelong sort of journey in a way.
Yeah. So you said that you were in a sink or swim model, right? That's
Yes.
what we did. What is it now seeing how far we've come in bilingual education? I know there's still a lot of work to do, right? But as having to go through that yourself as a student, how do you feel like how far we've come and seeing that growth?
I mean, I think it has been incredibly healing for me and for, I'm sure, lots of others who, when we were in the playground and we were maybe like interacting with other Latino kids, we would use Spanish. And then upon our teacher seeing us would tell us, you have to switch back to English, that this is not a language that you're meant to speak at school. To now, just coming from a session where, they're talking about translanguaging as such a, natural way to exist in our classrooms and kind of like expanding the linguistic repertoire by saying, you say it that way, I say it this way. And just how incredible it is that and everyone around us, teachers not nodding and just like, yeah, that's right. It just feels amazing to be part of this force.
And you said you came from in fourth grade. Where did you come from?
From Venezuela.
Venezuela. Oh,
Sí.
Okay. My dentist is from Venezuela.
Oh, great.
Yes. She's an amazing dentist, by the way.
She better be.
Yes. No, she really is. I love her.
Good.
So can you tell us a little bit, I know you touched on it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your presentation? And it's tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And what you're going to be presenting on. I know not everyone can come to La Cosecha. I know everyone wishes they could, but so they can hear a little bit about what your presentation will be.
Yes, definitely. So we have been running a program called the Fellowship. It's a federally funded program for now 5 years. And there's a lot that we have learned in the process. So tomorrow's presentation is really about unveiling our process and showing people, look, this is how we came about creating this particular offering. And these are lessons and this is learning that you can take with you and implement in your context in the PD that your planning to do with the 1 hour that you have next week. So the idea is that they get to know the program as an exemplar of the way in which we've designed it through our design principles, but also be able to take something from it, so that, if they're not necessarily interested in the program, they can still pick up, some good learning from our process to implement as they design PD for their contexts.
And this is something that you also do and go to districts and implement and show and do professional development as well. Is that
So
how it
not
works?
really. Like
Okay.
we're kind of different in that we don't have contracts with districts.
Oh.
So we our clients are teachers directly. Teachers
Oh.
that come to our website or that maybe see us in a setting like this one, look at our offerings, seem really interested, and they just sign up. And it's completely free. So we offer also stipends for participation in the fellowship. And for us, it's really about choice and about keeping that choice alive when it comes to designing learning for adults. We know and understand that that is so key. And I have talked to more than one leader who has been like, "Oh my God, your program is amazing. How can I make everyone in my district
Do it.
and just like, no,
No.
that actually kills it. Like the whole
Yeah.
point is that they want to. And so we've really tried to keep our model in that way, just the one-to-one.
So do you is it like word of mouth too that really gets you guys? Because I can imagine me as an educator, I go and I see it and I love it. And then I do something, I learn something and I bring it to my classroom. I can imagine the educators are like, where'd you learn that? And then it kind of trickles down. Is that one way that other
Yeah.
teachers can hear
I
about
mean,
what
we're
you do?
also using all sorts of marketing
Yeah.
techniques to spread the word. But I mean, I would say that that is really the best situation and the best outcome. I just, said hello to Michael a minute ago, and
Yes.
I've been seeing people that I know here and there. And these are dear people that I care about, but we are so busy. We don't, get together and like talk on the phone. So in settings like these, it's just so impressive to hear from, leaders that will come to me in our booth and say, "Oh my God, I haven't told you, but there are 20 teachers from our district that raved about your program, and they were like so excited that it was the best." So that just really speaks volumes. Whatever is happening on the marketing side of our program, I feel like that is the real testament to, okay, like we have something that is of quality, that people love, that, they're sharing and talking about effusively, and we want to keep doing that work.
Yes, no, it's always the best when people come and say, "We love what you're doing." We see that. That's
Yeah.
also, it made me think of when we talked about your why. I feel like now that's an addition to your why, right? Is
Yes.
hearing that feedback and hearing all the teachers loving what you all are doing.
Yeah. I think like my why, now that you talk about it, has been kind of like coming full circle
Yeah.
to moments in my life where like, how can the experience be different for students that come in and don't speak the language? How can the experience be different for teachers that come in? Like, I came in as a teacher and it was hard. Like we really didn't have all of the different things that are out there available for teachers nowadays. And I know that nowadays things are hard for teachers for a whole slew of other reasons, right? It's
Yes.
not that it's easy. But how can we make it better, right? How can we improve it?
Well, and I'd like you did talk about seeing Michael and seeing all the other people that you know. What are some other reasons? Why do you love coming to La Cosecha?
Um, well, let's start with the fact that there is something very special in this land
Yes.
of New Mexico,
Uh-huh.
and it is incredible. Like sort of like who I am when I'm here. It's just I think I go through this like sort of process of reflection and just like thinking about my why
Yeah.
and just having like this incredible backdrop. It's just on its own
Beautiful.
like amazing. But then I think La Cosecha has really just kept itself incredibly relevant over decades as like the best conference for bilingual education. I mean, every time I come here, I know that I have to be ready to run to sessions
Yeah.
because they will fill up. And then like, can I find a spot on the floor? And it's incredibly difficult to make a choice about where you want to go because
Yes.
everything seems so important. And I just feel like it really attracts people that are doing this work for their why and from the heart, and it shows.
Yeah.
And so
You can feel the passion.
Yes, like it is incredibly, it's so palpable. So it is, it's my favorite conference. Can I say that?
Yes, you can. No, it is. It's a very special conference. I
It's a
just
very
had
special conference.
Representative Karina Chapa from Tabe, and she even recognizes how it's special and that it's different from their conference that she runs. And it's a huge focus on dual language in itself.
Yes.
And it's something special that they have here, and it really is. So
Yes.
thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I know how busy you are, and like you said, you have to run around to get to all the sessions, so I appreciate you taking the time and telling us a little bit more about what you do.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of La Cosecha Media Stage. Remember, keep learning, stay curious, y hasta la próxima, disfruta el viaje.